Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is George Kingori. I'm your online finance guy who speaks about all things finance, how you can be able to save, how you can be able to invest, and how you can be able to grow in your financial journey. And today I'm going to give you my financial plan on how I plan to be able to generate passive income of $3,000 or 300,000 Kenya shillings, or whichever is higher. And I have 10 sources of passive income that I have identified that could be able to help me generate this passive income. Why do I have the figure of $3,000, 3,000 euros thereabout? Is because I have come to determine that $3,000 is the amount of money that I could be able to survive if I were to live in Europe. And I'm clear to say survive with my family, with my wife and with my daughter. So you can be able to survive with $3,000 to be able to pay our rent, our expenses, and to be able to at least survive. And with the same $3,000 or 300,000 Kenya shillings, whichever is higher, I will be able to thrive in Kenya. So this is the plan. And why passive income? Because this is income that would come regardless of whether I am actively employed. And remember, all our plans, our financial plans, should be able to be geared towards generating income as we near towards the age of retirement, so that when we retire, we can be able to leave active employment and be able to earn income even without actively getting involved with. Some are a bit more active than others, but by and large, they are able to keep you away from being dependent on a 9 to 5. So you can work for much fewer hours or work much less hours and maybe not even work as much, so that you could be able to gain value and be able to retire early. I want to have options. That's why I'm pursuing passive income. I want to have the option to be able to walk away from a job if it proves too difficult or stressful. I want to have the option to be able to take my children into high value careers that will be able to help them if they want to be pilots, if they want to be surgeons, and if they want to pursue high value careers. I want to have the option to be able to pursue some of the items on my bucket list. And one of the items I would want to share with you is I would desire to be able to drive through all the sub-Saharan African nations in a car like this, to be able to explore these countries, to be able to see and enjoy. So for me to be able to do this, I need to secure my passive income. So how am I going to achieve this $3,000 or 300,000 Kenya shillings, whichever is higher at that time? So I have 10 passive income sources that I want to explore starting now and going into the future. So the first thing is rental income. I plan to be able to explore at least of the $3,000 or 300,000 Kenya shillings to be able to generate 15% of this amount from rental property. Already, as I had indicated, I invest in vacant land. However, I want to develop some of this vacant land to be able to provide rental income for me and my family, and at least be able to target 15% of the $3,000 to be able to come from rental income. So that is coming to around $450 from rental income. Again, it is not a big amount of money, but I want to diversify. The reason I'm not going big on rental income is because with the present corona conditions and such other conditions that may appear in the future, I want to at least be less dependent on rental income, so that when such economic downturns happen, I do not lose income from my rental property. So that is why 15% from rental property. Again, as regards to real estate is Airbnb income. I plan to be able to have Airbnb in several other properties. Like in the property that I have planned to be able to have Forestry, I could have some Airbnb so that people would be able to enjoy acres of forest and some places where they'll be able to enjoy and have recreation in the same land that forests are growing. So I'll plan to have at least 10% of this $3,000 coming from Airbnb, and this would amount to around $300 monthly. Remember, this is monthly. So $300 monthly coming from my Airbnb. Again, I'm not going too big. I'm a little bit conservative on the figures. Remember, these figures, I'm a little bit conservative because I aim to aim at the sun, and at least even if I fall on the moon, I get the $3,000 monthly. So my plan is to expand and do big, but be able to work it out in such a way that the least possible income in every month is at least the $3,000. So $300 coming from Airbnb income. Then the other one is dividend income. I plan to have at least 10% of the passive income that of $3,000 I want to generate coming from dividend income. This would mean I'd have to up my game in terms of dividend investing. I'd have to look for high income generating or dividends from companies that have a bigger return on investments as regards to dividend yield, and I have to be deliberate in my investing, not just to invest in growth stocks but in dividend stocks. So again, dividend income, and to be able to get this, I plan to be able to generate at least $300 from dividends. That would mean at least investing a great amount of money. If the highest share on my portfolio is generating 5% ROI, it means that I would need to at least be able to generate the $300 that I want to achieve multiplied by 20. So multiply by 20, again multiply by 12. So you can see the figures are quite big. So I need to put a big chunk of my money towards investment in dividend bearing shares and investments. So the other one is interest income, again from P2P. I plan to go on to continue investing in P2P like I have done every other month, a little bit amount of money every month, to be able to help myself be able to generate a return of 5%. So 5% is what I'm targeting from peer-to-peer lending. Again, not a lot of money, but so that I have a certain hedge because remember, P2P is affected when the general conditions in the market go down. People are unable to pay on time on the loans that they have. Again, because I do not plan to have many P2P platforms and only pursue one, because again of the time, I want it to be a passive source of income, not an active source of income. So I do not want to spend too much time evaluating which person to lend money to and all these things. I will pursue one, and because I'm pursuing one, to be able to diversify and to reduce the risk should this one platform fail, I plan to have at least only 5% of my income generating from that investment. That would mean around $150 monthly from peer-to-peer lending. So this would mean for me to be able to generate $150, I would need to be able to invest in this at least $15,000 or 15,000 euros to be able to generate this amount of money. Because remember, my rate of return currently is 12%. So to be able to generate this 1% every month, then I would need to invest 15,000 euros to be able to generate this amount of money. I'm on track. I'm already at 2,500 and going strong. So the other source of passive income that I look into is to have interest on my money market fund. I already have a money market fund in Kenya, and I plan to be able to have investments both in euros or dollars or in another foreign currency and Kenya shillings. The reason is to be able to hedge in case the value of the Kenya shilling goes down significantly or the value of the international currency goes down significantly. I want to be able to work with two currencies, because when I work with two currencies, I can be able to take advantage of any potential foreign exchange gains that could be able to help my investments grow further. And that is why I used to go big to invest in Kenya when the rate was 130 shillings as opposed to 112 shillings that was a year previously. So that is how I'll be able to take advantage of the dollar, Kenya shillings value, and all these things. So some of the investments will be in Kenya, and remember, my rental property and Airbnb will be in Kenya. So money market fund, I would plan to be able to generate 10% or $3,000. My current rate of return is 10%. So I plan to be able to also go big on it so that I can be able to generate this amount of money. So this comes to around $30,000, at least $30,000 or 3 million shillings to be able to generate the amount of money that will be able to give me $300, or at least 10% of my income from my money market fund. Another one that is in connection with investing in Kenya is another 10% of my passive income coming from government bonds and bills. I want to have some money in government bonds and bills, again, to be able to secure some of my investments, because government bonds are almost risk-free, because unless the government is going to go bankrupt and things like that, at least I will be able to get a return of around 9 to 10% on my income. Again, it is not high interest earning, but at least I will be able to secure and have a more stable hedge against the more risky investments that I plan to pursue. Because remember, high risk, high return, low risk, low return. So at least this is part of my low risk, low return strategy to be able to stabilize my passive income. Then the other thing that is related to this channel is YouTube income. Again, I am not too I'm a little bit too conservative on this, but however, I plan to be able to at least generate $300 monthly from this YouTube channel. So I plan to be able to generate more value for you, my subscribers, and you people who come to visit my vlog and my channel, so that I can be able to generate enough value for you. And that is why I want to push every day, and at least every other odd day or even day, to be able to have a video so that you will be able to learn and grow in your investment journey. Again, this is just conservatively, and it is at least assuming $300 or 30,000 shillings every single month. Again, the other thing that is that I am doing is investing in forestry. Remember, forestry does not give you money every month. However, I want to invest in this forestry and be able to have a big payday after, say, 20 years. And in those 20 years, I want to equate that value downwards, because again, I am not there to look at trees every day as they grow. I am away in a different country, in a different place, and maybe I have people watching over these trees, and it is a little bit more passive, despite the fact that I need to invest a lot more money to be able to get this land. And I plan to be able to get land that is cheap in places like Lamu, in places like Kajiado, and other places that the land is a lot cheaper. My target is to be able to invest at least $2,000 per acre of land, to be able to get land that is between 50 acres and 100 acres, and this will be able to give me a payday of at least 50 million shillings. Payday of 50 million shillings. So that is averagely, again. And if I equate it 20 years back, it will be able to give me a return of at least 30,000 Kenya shillings or $300 every single month. However, it is working back. So this is money that I will not get there, but there will be a future payday that will be great enough to be able to work it back and give me at least to be able to generate value that is not actually cash received of $300 monthly. Then the other one is royalties. I plan to have much more formal financial trainings on investing and other topics, and to be able to have my these trainings on channels like Skillshare and other websites, where somebody will be able to pay and be able to learn formally, to be able to gain this knowledge formally in platforms beyond YouTube. And this would enable me to be able to generate some royalties as people consume my copyrighted content. So This will be able to generate royalties to me every single month, and my plan is to at least get it to at least 10% of my $3,000. So that is coming to again $300. So that is royalties. Then again, concerning also my financial knowledge and the output and the places where people will be able to consume my content, I plan to at least have 5 books, to be able to publish 5 books, either online or physical, but to be able to have these books available to people to be able to buy and use, and to be able to generate me a revenue from book sales or audiobooks or things like that. Again, I am not yet knowledgeable in the art of writing books. However, I am continuously gaining the art and the knowledge to be able to write not just books, but good books that will be able to provide value to you. So this would be at least 10% of my monthly income. So my timeline is 7 years time. I want to be able to get all these income streams going on. So my plan or my strategy is to be able to get a certain investment giving me a certain rate of return. So for example, if my rental properties get to a point where they're generating $450, then I can concentrate on the next one. I can be able to pursue some concurrently, and I'll be able to pursue some once in a while. However, my plan is to be able to have all these things running in the next 7 years. By the time I am hitting 40, at least I will be able to generate $3,000 monthly from my passive income sources. I hope that I am inspiring you. I hope that you are learning, you are growing, and you're becoming better in your financial journey. So what is your plan? What is your passive income plan? What are you planning to be able to achieve? Because remember, lack of planning is guarantee for failure. So plan and share it down below, your plan for passive income. So I hope that you are learning, you're growing, you're encouraged, and you are gleaning every single day. If you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and leave a like and a comment on what you plan towards your passive income. Thank you and enjoy your day.